line?
Yeah, what we try to do is break the season up into 4 parts, and you hope to have a chance to have a 4th part. You definitely have 3. You have your non-conference schedule, you have your conference regular season, your conference tournament, and then if you're fortunate enough to get the 4th part, then you get another tournament to play in. So, for us, the game against Purdue was kind of the last page of the 2nd chapter, and we put to bed an outstanding conference season, in my opinion. The 10 league wins, 5 road wins, withstanding some health issues, missing Derek for a few games in the conference, missing Scotty for 4. So we kind of put that to bed, and now it's 0-0. Everybody goes to Washington with a fresh start, and you don't get a lot of chances to play for championships. A lot of teams have the preseason tournaments, which we were in, and we were in a championship game against Notre Dame that we weren't able to win, but now you get to go to another championship field in a tournament and play high-level teams and on a great stage, and we're excited about it.
I know the NCAA sometimes has some odd rules about what you can observe and not. Are you allowed to watch that 11 or 14 games?
Yes. When you're in a tournament and everybody's there, you're allowed to watch in person. So it's really the only time in the season that you're allowed to scout in person is when you're in a tournament setting. So we're actually heading out there tonight after practice and kind of get settled out there, get away from home, get focused, and then it allows our staff to be at that game on Wednesday night, tomorrow night, and get a good feel of either Ohio State or Rutgers.
Coach, Scotty's been playing pretty big minutes down the stretch, while not at 100%. What has that meant to you guys, and what sort of, examples does that set for the rest of the team?
Yeah, well, he's gutting it out. There's no question. I mean, his, he definitely lost shape and lost conditioning with three weeks out. Initially I probably wanted to play him less. I just didn't have the ability to coming back, and he's had to play bigger minutes, and he's getting back now to playing his normal minutes. And I think with each day you're seeing him get a little bit better, a little bit quicker. He didn't make as many shots in the second half, but I feel like he's moving a lot better and is getting very close to being back to 100%, which is exciting for us. I mean, we feel good about where we're at. We had a tough loss Sunday, but I thought there were a ton of good things about that game. The way we competed, the way we battled. Thought we did a lot of good things on both ends. We just lost to a really good team that made a few more plays down the stretch. So I think we're confident in, I think we're going into the Big Ten tournament feeling good about who we are and excited to see what we can do on Thursday night. You can't look ahead in this conference, as you guys know. I mean, you take the game in front of you, and we don't even know. It's kind of, you wish you kind of knew who you were playing so you could get going with some game prep, but we know with either of the teams we play, they're both tough-minded teams. They're both physical teams, and that will present challenges for us on Thursday night.
How hard is it beating the team a third time?
Yeah, I mean, it's hard. I mean, it's hard to beat the team one time in this league, let alone 3. So, I think sometimes people don't realize, I mean, you do when you're in it, but we always talk about it when we see each other as coaches, whether it be coaches meetings or on the road in recruiting, how hard it is to win one game in this league. I mean, everybody is so well coached. Everybody's prepared. Everybody plays very hard. There's talented guys across the board on every team. So, yeah, I mean, if we have an opportunity to play Rutgers a third time, I mean, certainly the motivation for them is we've beaten them in a couple close games. But, you guys know in both those games, I mean, they were beating us in the second half of both of those games. So it's a very capable team. And Ohio State, we won by 2. So we know that we're going to have our hands full Thursday night, and it's going to be a great challenge for our team.
Offensively, do you think there's anything special to try to do to get Scotty and Vic going?
Yeah, we just have to continue to make sure they're taking the right shots. And I don't want them to lose confidence. You have times where, 2 days prior to the game the other day, Vic was making everything. So it's you got to stay the course. You just got to stay confident. And as long as you're taking the right shots, I don't want them to force trying to press the issue. We don't need them to do that. The way that Derek has emerged as a post threat, the way that Bryant's played, with the scoring. We got guys like Gavin Sanjay opportunistically can score. So we need those guys to be aggressive, but we don't need them to force. And as long as they're doing that, I feel like they'll make their fair shots and play well.
Chris, you talked about splitting up your season, starting fresh this week. Do you think it's a relief for your guys to have the regular conference season behind them now?
Yeah, I mean, the conference season's it's fun, but it's a grind. I mean, 18 games, and you kind of get to the end of January and early February, and you're feeling it all over your body. You're tired, you're beat up. And then you get to the first week of March, and I think you kind of get rejuvenated. It's no longer a marathon. It becomes a sprint. And I felt that in our guys. We've tried to manage our practices where you go hard, but you don't go as long, and you keep them fresh mentally, physically. But shoot, anytime you get to postseason, I mean, this is what you dream of playing. I mean, Big Ten tournament, Washington, D.C., great arena, great environment. If you can't get excited about playing now, then you probably shouldn't be playing.
How much the effort Vic has put in on defense, how much has that affected his offense?
Who's that with Vic?
Vic.
Oh, I think it's probably taken a little bit of a toll. I mean, he takes tremendous pride in being the guy that guards the other team's best player, whether it be a point guard, a wing, sometimes a small power forward. And it was great for me to see him recognized by the coaches, as one of the 5 best defenders in the league, because I know how much work he puts into that end of the floor. And then you have to, if you want to be a good two-way player, though, you got to have the legs and have the bounce and have the fight on that other end too. And for a lot of the year, he's had it. He's had his struggles with his shooting. There's no question. And we've just tried to keep his spirits up, stay in the gym, keep working, keep taking the right shots. But I'm sure the rigors of the season and the toll that he puts on his body defensively, it can get into your legs a little bit on the other end.
And that affects the jump shot.
Yeah, no, it definitely can get into your legs. And you saw even the other day, I thought he had a few looks that were clean that were a little bit short. Yeah. So I just want him to stay upbeat. I want him to be the same guy, whether he goes 7 for 10 and wills us to the win like he did against Michigan, or he struggled shooting the ball like he did against Purdue. So I just want our guys to stay consistent, not get too high, not get too low, and just be themselves.